Hey everyone, it's Eric here from Microscope. Got another video for you guys today. Hope you guys are all doing well. We got this envelope in. Looks like it's shipped in, and it's here for data recovery. We have this SanDisk USB Extreme Pro, which I would assume means it's fast. Looks like it's a 1 terabyte. So if you guys don't already know, we are located right outside of Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, in Duke Street, Alexandria. If you guys are local, come on by. We do lots of data recoveries. If you guys are out of state, we have all of our contact in the description below for how you can mail in your device to us. We would love to take a look at any type of data recovery that you have for SSDs, USBs such as this one, flash devices in general, and as well as hard drive data recovery, and even MacBook data recovery. So when you have something like this, you have a bent USB. Obviously it's physically damaged because it's so bent. What it's doing is it could be slightly bent either at the metal piece level, so it could be internally cracked where the connection makes contact. It can also be bent on the PCB level, which is where the main connection is. If it's bent there, two things can happen. You can have either the pads, which are the solder that's part of the USB head that connects and communicates to the PCB. That could be damaged. Or you can also have what's called trace line damage, which would be a crack in not only the pads, but the pads get lifted and you have to recreate traces on to the PCB to reconnect that. Let's open up, let's take a look at the damage and see what's going on. So we took out the casing and the head actually isn't really held on anymore. It's just loose there. It's not really connected because there was so much damage already. It was just holding by a little piece of plastic. Now let's go under the microscope. Let's take this covering off. We'll go under the microscope and take a look at it a little bit closer. So you can see this isn't really actually held on. This is actually off. So if I just lift it, it's going to come because it's being held on just by the sides there. It's already gone completely. So this is just wedged in there, which the traces are already broken. You see that? So this is always a bad thing. So what I'm saying by traces is if we look at the head, this is the USB head. You can see how clearly broken it is on there, and it's completely bent. So we couldn't just swap it and put one back on there because we also see something here, which this little coating, this little discoloration here, right, more of like a tannish color, part of the traces that go on the board here. Silver is good. The silver is what's called the pads, and the pads are what connect the USB head here to the USB. When they're intact, it's good. You can just solder, desolder, stuff like that. It's not a problem. The hooks on the side here are just hooks for stability to keep it more stable. They don't really matter. They're not real connections. Little pads have a little line that goes back either to the controller, capacitors, or any other type of line. So when you damage these connections, then they can't connect properly here. These are the trace lines, and these are damaged. So we have so how many pads do we have? We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 pads total, and 3 of them, they're ripped and they are removed. The main SanDisk controller, I can short that one. You also have power ICs, you have other things along these lines as well. So let's go ahead and reestablish these traces, and then we should be able to get the data from there. All right, so we're going to clean it up a little bit first, and then from there, what we can do is we're going to build the connection that's going to re-establish the traces. And we can do this by scraping part of the PCB, and we're very fortunate on this one that we can see where the traces are going because they're very obvious, they're very direct. So we can scrape part of it there, and that's going to expose the board, and we can put some solder on that to create our line that we're going to recreate. And we're going to also do the pads here because once the pads are busted, especially with the old solder, we need to make sure that the solder is going to be nice and it's going to make a nice connection, so we need to clean it all up again, also while reestablishing any other traces. So we're going to go ahead and we can at least touch up our USB so it can sit, and it will sit properly there. And that's just from adding some solder, using some hot iron. And now we can create our jumper for each one. So we're going to make sure that each connection is going to have a jumper line to it, and we can directly connect it to from where the pin of the USB is directly to this cap, and it's pretty much on the same pad there. And we can also do the same thing with this cap because it's there. And it's much easier to solder. You don't have to be as direct with these two because they are going directly to each cap. But the one all the way over here, we're going to reestablish the line exactly directly. So it's just a little bit more specific, and we're going to just put it along the line here, and then we can just add some solder and make sure the connection is there. So each pin is making a proper connection, and all 3 pads are reconnected in a new way. Right, but it's still very similar on how it works in general. Now we're going to make sure the hooks are fine, and from there we have our working USB. See? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and plug it in now. So you have a little extender here. plug it in and see. This should be okay. Be careful with it. There it goes. It's in all the way. It's like the light isn't coming up, but it does actually popped up. It came up with a little error there, but let me go ahead and show you guys. Okay, so we see this. This is the name of the drive there. It looks to be pretty full for the most part. So it's a 1 terabyte drive, and it's pretty full. So let's just double click, and we see there's a lot of folders in there. So we'll go ahead and move this over to another external drive, and looks like we were able to recover the data. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video on the SanDisk USB for data recovery. If you guys are interested in data recovery with us, we are local to the Washington, D.C. area. We're in Alexandria, Northern Virginia. If you guys aren't local, we have a mail-in service as well if you guys are out of state, and you can check out all the contact information in the links in the description below. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Take care. Bye.